All right, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today we have a special guest. David is actually on his way up to Idaho Falls right now. He wasn't supposed to be here for another 6 weeks, so it's good that I actually have the 7 Series mostly put back together. I still don't have the interior put back together from the suspension, but that's also another good thing because he'll be here to tune the suspension, and that way we can make sure the car is actually set up for him. So I'm actually going to record because I want to see his reaction because he hasn't actually seen this car in person yet. So when he comes over here in a little bit, this will be the first time seeing this car that he bought close to 3 or 4 weeks ago for the first time. So I'll pop the camera back on as soon as he gets here so we can see his reaction to his car that he bought.
Hey, 7 Series.
Yeah, that's your 7 Series.
Nice. Oh, you're recording this?
Yeah, I am. I wanted to see your reaction to your new car. Let me get the garage door real quick, actually.
No problem. Dude, it's visibly lower.
Yeah, that suspension's awesome. I have not driven it yet, though.
Yeah. Well, so you've got, this is all out so we can get to the rear adjustments, right?
Yeah, so I was gonna, like I told you over the phone, I was gonna get it all set up, but since you decided to...
Oh, that's perfect. Those are really back in there, too.
Yeah, they are. Most of the time, the suspension sits in the trunk.
Yeah.
And...
Dude, I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Yeah, it's way lower than it was. Dude, I like it. Oh, look at the whole thing here.
It's a big car.
Dude, it's huge. I love it. I love it. This one's similar to the E36, kind of.
Yeah, this car reminds me very much of the E36, all the way down to like the design, even like the design of the key.
Yeah. Irony.
Yeah.
Irony.
Yeah. I do have one other thing for you that I want to show you, and that is this. Boom.
Oh, sweet.
It's not your birthday, but happy birthday.
Sweet, man.
And then
put this on there before we leave.
Yeah, and so that's a window sticker, and then this is a large. So
Okay,
that
perfect. Yeah.
Should fit you.
Large. How's it look?
Boom. Look at
Nice.
that.
I love it with the black and white and red. Yeah. Cool, man. Well, thank you. This is great. Now, are you making these for everybody else too?
Actually, yeah. Now that you bring that up, I do have these available. If anybody's interested in these or the stickers, I make the stickers in all white or with the red here, the red YouTube logo and the red Z. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want the YouTube logo, obviously you would just cut that off and have the Tenza Motorsports. But I do have the all white one and the red and white sticker and the shirts in single color and multicolor. They are available. They're one-offs. I'm actually making them by hand, but they're available on my Instagram. So if anybody's interested, you can check out the link in the description below to my Instagram. And
you got your certified YouTube mechanic going on.
Yeah. So the shirt that I'm wearing right now. So this is the shirt I'm wearing right now. I'm a certified YouTube mechanic. It's probably backwards on the camera, but I'm not making these ones for anybody, but the other ones are definitely for sale. I wasn't going to make shirts like that, but I had so many people asking about them that I decided to make them available for everybody. But like I said, they're one-offs. I'm making them by hand.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Let's get it on you.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't never notice this. What is this? Maybe?
This plastic is very brittle.
I wonder if that was supposed to be like a cup holder or something, because I noticed there wasn't any in the back of the car.
Yeah, it probably is.
Here's the keys to your new, well, it's new to you. Yeah, we can go for a drive right now. Yeah, let's go. Go test out this new suspension and see how it feels.
Other than that seat, the interior's in pretty darn good shape.
The seats are pretty bad up front. The back seats weren't terrible, but I mean, look at the armrest.
Yes.
And the seat and
it's worn, but
this piece on your seat is just.
Yeah, that's gone, but you'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
Check brake linings.
Your check brake linings is your brake pad sensors.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Let's see where's the traction control. This way.
We're a little tight on
Good
space
thing it
with
doesn't have
cars.
to go back in there, huh?
Yeah, you'll be taking it. You'll be taking it all the way back to New Mexico when you're done. Windows work on this side.
Yeah.
I know that back one, I guess, had some issues. I haven't played with all the windows yet because I was mostly fixing all the maintenance items. So, what on earth is that?
We will talk about that thing later.
That, okay, all right.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah, let's focus on the 7 Series right now because that's.
It is exactly what you think it might be.
Fair enough. This already to me feels way better than it did before. Before it was bad. It's floaty and
it's definitely pretty stiff. I mean, I'm feeling everything in the road, but not like harshly. It's a little stiff, but it's not too bad.
I hear there's so many loose parts in the back. I hear a little clunky, but I think it's just we've got the back seats are all over the back seat.
Oh, it shifts smooth.
And it tracked pretty straight too when I drove it. It's got a nice sound to it.
Yeah, it's decent. It does take like you said, I think you talked to me about it, that it takes a bit for the gas pedal to say, okay, I'll actually go. I wonder if there's a sport mode that we could play.
I did see this, and I mentioned it in another video, and nobody said anything about it yet.
The AM switch.
The auto and manual switch. I think that's what it is, but again, I drove this car up from about an hour away, and then I parked it, and I drove it to Burger King once. Okay. So I've put like 50 miles on the car. And no miles since I've done any work. So I saw that switch and I didn't play with it. So this is your car, so you can.
Okay, so now there's an M button on the. There's now an M that just appeared on the shifter indicator. So the park, drive, neutral. When I push this, I get an M up there.
So now this is an M7.
Right. Yes. That would be freaking.
Actually, it says DM.
DM, and then I click this again, it just
which
says
stands
D.
for direct message, if
Yeah.
y'all didn't know. So if it looks like I'm uncomfortable, it's because I'm a little uncomfortable in this seat. I'm very happy with the suspension so far.
Yeah, see, doubles.
So this seat that I'm in, when you move it forward and backwards, one side isn't working, so it just
look at that. Yeah, it's twisted.
It twists. And so my right hand side
is just a little loose.
Oh yeah, that seat is. Look at that.
Oh geez, back end's messed up.
Is it this? Real question is, what do you think of the glitter on your steering wheel?
Well, okay. As long as it doesn't come off and contaminate me, I guess we're okay.
Yeah, it's like in that clear coat of the steering wheel. It's like, yeah, I tried to get some of it off on the way home.
Wasn't happening.
Yeah, and it's mostly right here, but it's kind of evenly distributed.
Yeah, I see it. It's all.
So, it's cute. So, test drive is over. The consensus is to bring the back of the car up just a little bit, because you can see here it is pretty low, and to bring the front of the car down just a little bit because it's kind of high. But the actual spring rate and the dampening adjustments felt pretty good. David has a errand he's got to run later today, so he's going to have it on the highway a little bit. So we're not going to put the back of the car back together quite just yet until he's done with that. But for right now,
passes the highway test.
Yeah. But for right now, it's feels
happy, very happy.
Yep, very good.
It's probably stiffer than a 7 Series is supposed to be, but it's not the stiffest thing I've ever driven by any means. It's right in the middle, and I like it.
I actually want to have David tell us real quick what his future plans are for the car. Unfortunately, like I said, it is leaving me and the channel for a little bit. David might do some recording depending on what he does, but for right now, it is leaving the garage, and I'm going to have him explain what exactly his plans are with the car and what will potentially be shown on the channel.
The E38s have always been really classic, and in the last couple of years, they're getting a little more attention, and there have been a couple of guys out there that have built what we're calling M7s. And basically BMW never made an M version of the 7 Series. They did have an M Sport for 2001, and the 2000 models, and they were the manual transmission 6-speed with the same V8 that this one has with the technical update, and they were pretty good. But what you can do is you can get the S62 V8 out of the 2000 through 2003 M5. It drops right in. You get the transmission, you get the engine, you do a little bit of suspension work, which at this point we've done most of that. You get the wheels, and it turns out that I think for this particular car we're going to do the 2005 through 2010 BMW M6 wheels. They bolt right on, they fit, they're wide, they look great. And manual transmission swap and S62 V8 or other M engine to bump this horsepower up quite a bit and give it a manual transmission. We'll basically have our version of what BMW should have done to make an M7. And there's a few builds out there, you can go look them up, they're pretty sweet. Ours, we hope, will be a little bit unique in the fact that we're kind of orienting it a little more for performance driving, but still very streetable and daily driver friendly. So that's the basic plans for this car. The time frame, it all depends on how things fall out of the bag.
So thanks everybody for watching. This has been an awesome car to work on and own. Don't be scared of getting a 7 Series like this, especially if you're going to work on them yourselves. This has been no more or less difficult to work on than my E36. Even the suspension, which took me a lot of time, wasn't difficult, just took me a lot of time. I am sad to see the car leaving, but that doesn't mean that it will never appear back on the channel again. So thanks everybody for watching and following along on this, unfortunately again, short E38 build from our perspective here at Tenza Motorsports. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe. I do have shirts available, like we said in the beginning of the video. A link to my Instagram and my Patreon link are both in the description below. Comment if you have any questions or comments, and we will see everybody in the next video. On today's video, David bought the cheapest turd of a car I have ever seen.